All right, for this video, I am looking at a little cap lid where it's flat, and then I have some sort of an indent here. This indent part can be solid, kind of like what I currently have thrown. Something like this, where it's actually a solid chunk. Or if I actually wanted to like trim this out, I can certainly do that too. I will show you how to do that in this video, but it's totally a preference thing. This lid will fit down on the inside. And you can see right now that this is way too big, so I'm going to trim that all down so that it actually fits a little bit better onto the top of my piece. All right, so if I wanted this to be a solid piece, I can just leave that there. But if I want to do an indent, I'm actually going to do that indent first. And the reason I'm going to do that indent first is so that I can use my Giffen grip, or I can do my chunks of clay on here without potentially ruining some edges that are really nicely clean. So let me grab my Giffen grip here. For a Giffen grip, I would want to put my adjusters on so that I'm not using these little guys. We need something that's a little bit more low profile. So I would want something more like this that will grab the sides of my piece. Come on in here. Squeeze it on in. All right, so now I'm going to use my trimming tools. And we do have these really nice, teeny tiny little trimming tools that are really nice for little things. So I would suggest to grab one of those, and then I can go in, and it's kind of like you're doing an indented bottom on the bottom of a piece. And just like if you were trimming the bottom of a piece, you would want to make sure you don't go too deep. But that's how I'm going to take a little bit of weight out of the side of that cap or that lid. I'm going to get that nice little defined rim that's going to sit inside of my vessel. All right, that's done. So now I'm going to go in and I need to trim this side. So to trim this side, I'm not going to use a Giffen grip. I'm going to use one of our little spinners to hold my piece on instead, because I need to be able to do the edges in this top part here. So I'm going to check to make sure that my piece is in the middle of my wheel. Oh, not quite. Let's get that a little more centered here. Take your time with that. There we go. And now I'm going to press and hold. And I'm going to start trimming off the edges. Now, I know that my lid was way too wide, so I'm going to come in quite a ways. I'm also going to flatten this out just a touch. If I needed to flatten more through here, I could use a finger if I needed to. These spinners are really nice because they actually spin with the piece. We have two different sizes, a bigger one and a smaller one. Totally doesn't matter which size you use. All right, I know that my lid is too wide, so I'm gonna go in kind of quick with that. But my vessel is close by so that I can start checking the fit. So pick this up, flip it over, and you can still see I am way too big on this. So I'm gonna come down even more. And right now I'm trimming from this side. I can trim from the other side too if I need to. Check my centering. There we go. And I'm going to trim some more here. It doesn't really matter which trimming tool you use. You do just need to make sure that you hold nice and tight so that things don't get all wonky on you. You can also use that grater. If you want to use the grater, you can. I like to use my trimming tools just so I have a little more control. Now, right now I've been just going right on my wheel, and I'm starting to get close. Ooh, that's looking better. But I can actually use my vessel as a trimming tool as well. So to do that, I and put my gift grip on. Put in my vessel, tighten it up. And now I could actually put this lid right on my piece. And I can put one of these on top. And now that I'm getting close, I'm going to trim right to the side of my piece. And so this will really quickly show me where that fit's gonna be. There we go. So now what I have is this little lid that you can see I trimmed, and I can see that it's fitting this better. So now I'm gonna peel this off, and now I'm just gonna do a little bit of cleanup because I can see that like it fits really nicely on top. So I'm gonna pop this Giff and Grip back off. This is why I love a Giff and Grip. It makes your life so much faster and easier. So I'm gonna stick this on here. And now I'm gonna come in with my tiny little trimming tools, these little guys, and I'm gonna do my cleanup. So for me, I like to kind of like round it a little bit just so it's a little bit softer. And I'm gonna flip it over and do the other side as well. Okay. That feels good, checking it, coming over here. I can clean up like right along here if I need to. If I need that a little flatter or a little cleaner, I can clean that up. Right along my edges. Okay, let's do one last check on this little guy. So if I take my vessel, this lid should fit right on top, nice and even, not too big, not too small. It fits that space really, really nicely. Last thing, of course, would be to take my little baby sponge, really give that a nice clean, kind of buff out little areas if there's little nicks or dents. And then from here, I could attach whatever sort of knob I want to put on my piece.